a bit of a Q&A at the end, but certainly as we're going through each of the plan slides, please let me know if you have any questions about the offerings that we have. So my name is Elizabeth Roldan. I'm here from IMAC Insurance. I really appreciate you all jumping on this morning to connect and learn more about the 360 Plus program. I'm joined here by Alyssa from the Township, as well as my colleagues from IMAC, Barry Murillo, and Julie Servideo and Griffin Scriva. So we're here to talk about the 360 Plus program, which is a new program that will be opening up shortly within the next few weeks for all employees to learn more about and take advantage of some great benefit offerings that are part of this program. So the 360 Advantage program is a preventative care management program that provides employees with relevant health information. They have no impact on your current offerings from the Township. They are enhanced benefits. They are separate offerings that are a bolt-on, if you will, or supplemental to your current offerings. But this is completely separate from your major medical, and this is not an open enrollment for your major medical plan. Employees who enroll in the 360 Advantage program will be provided with a budget of monies that they can choose to purchase insurance products with that budget. And if they stay under that budget, there will be no change to their net pay. That is probably the biggest takeaway today, that if you walk away with anything, is that employees will be given a benefits budget of monies that if they stay under that budget to elect from any of the 7 plan offerings that are being offered, their net pay will not be impacted at all. If anything, you may see actually a small increase to your net pay, which we will get into what that would look like on your pay stub. At a minimum, employees, as part of the compliance, do have to complete a survey once a year. It is a 2-question survey that employees will elect to choose what health information topics they would like to receive information about. The information can be sent to you via email or via text messaging, but it is weekly messages that are sent to you that after you complete that initial survey, there is no further engagement that you need to have with the program. And the goal of it is to keep your health top of mind by sending you information about healthy recipes. If you choose, for example, to learn more about heart health, it'll provide you information about that. Or even something as simple as a reminder to take a walk, which is, great for a healthy lifestyle. So again, that's part of the program, which is aimed at, as I mentioned, being a preventative health wellness management program. Employees that enroll in the program love the fact that the program is a completely IRS and ACA compliant preventative care management program. Again, its aim is to keep employees healthy physically and mentally. And employees, as a result of participating and receiving those messages, are provided with a budget of monies that they are going to be able to use to purchase additional insurance products that would cover them as well as their family, such as a spouse and or dependent children. Employees, once enrollment is open, will have the opportunity to learn about all the offerings. We will be on site meeting with employees at every department in the Township. We are also available to connect with employees one-on-one via a phone call at a time and at a date and time of their choosing. We are offering early morning hours, daytime hours, of course, and early evening hours, as well as Saturday hours that employees can choose to connect with one of our enrollment team members to learn more about what their specific budget is, how they can best use that budget for the plans that best meet their family's financial and medical needs. And what's great about it is that all the plans that are offered are guaranteed issue. It's guaranteed issue not only for the employee, but as well as their spouse and or dependent children. There is no medical underwriting or screening required. So that's really a really neat feature, that especially on one of the plans that we offer, which is life insurance. Usually if you've ever had to purchase that, you've had to go through a rigorous screening of a physical or any other biometric information, whereas because of the size of Township of Bloomfield, there is no requirement for that. Employees are guaranteed issue, and the benefits are all offered through Allstate as well as Delta. The benefits, as I mentioned previously, have no impact to the net pay so long as the employee stays within their budget of monies. So the 7 plans that we're going to be offering, just to briefly go through them here, and then we'll go into each of them in a more detailed slide, are whole life insurance, accident insurance, hospital insurance, critical illness insurance, identity theft protection insurance, dental and vision insurance. The first five plans, so your whole life, accident, hospital, critical illness, and identity theft, are all offered through Allstate, and Delta is offering the dental plan as well as the vision plan. I can tell you that, again, due to Bloomfield's large population, the rates are extremely competitive and the plans are very benefit rich. So with the budgets that employees will be able to get, they'll be able to afford more plans as if, than if they were going out directly to these carriers and getting them directly. And again, guaranteed issue for all Township of Bloomfield employees. The first plan option that's available is the whole life insurance. It's probably in top two of all states' most popular plans. The whole life insurance for the Township of Bloomfield employees has a limit of up to $150,000 worth of coverage for the employee, up to $75,000 worth of coverage for their spouse, and up to $20,000 for their children. The employee and or their spouse is whole life coverage. That includes a long-term care rider where if the employee should be placed or need care in a facility such as a long-term care or assisted living facility, the face value of the insurance policy can be converted into payments for the expenses of living in a facility like that, should you need care there. So that is a really neat feature with the whole life insurance. It also builds cash value in the background, which if you're familiar at all with life insurance, usually life insurance, what normally people get out in the marketplace is term life, which is usually for a set period of time. And at the end of that term, if the death benefit has not needs to be paid out, the policy is done and there's nothing further. Whereas with the policy here, it is whole life. So as long as the policy is active, the death benefit is there protecting the employee. And it is also building cash value in the background. So an employee at the time of retirement or at the time that they choose to terminate the policy, such as if they leave employment or choose to make a change, let's say at open enrollment, any cash value that's accrued will be paid out to the member. So that's a key takeaway. I know that sometimes with life insurance policies, they tend to have a waiting period, but the moment that your policies are active, there is no waiting period. The death benefit is protecting you and or whoever else in your family you enroll at that time that coverage is in force. And I can tell you that at another municipality that we had last year, an employee who had signed up January of 2024 had gotten a $150,000 life insurance, again, being completely funded by their tax savings. So they were not paying for it out of their net pay. It was fully funded by their budget. And within those first 9 months of 2024, this employee was diagnosed with stomach cancer and ended up passing. Their family reached out to us and we helped work with them with Allstate to get their death benefit claim paid out. And their family was paid out the full $150,000 that the employee had purchased with, again, their tax savings in order to protect, their family and the beneficiary that they elected. So while that was an incredibly unfortunate situation, this is why people get insurance. Insurance is meant to protect you in case of, and this is the time to worry about insurance, not when you're in the middle of a medical crisis. So just life insurance, as I said, and we talk to employees all the time about this, there is never enough life insurance. So I can't stress enough how important it is and how we've seen, unfortunately, situations happen that it's important to have this death benefit in place in order to protect your loved ones. The next option that's available is the accident plan. This is really Allstate's most popular plan option. The accident plan pays you or your dependents and or spouse, whoever you choose to enroll, for any injuries that are sustained, whether it's on the job, off the job, a sports injury, a car accident, anything like that. Any external trauma to the body is technically considered an accident. So even something as simple as a cut or a slip and fall falls under the covered injuries under the accident plan. We see this as a very popular option, especially with police, fire, and DPWs at all the other municipal accounts that we do. We're actually working with a DPW employee right now who had a slip and fall at work, injured his hand so severely that it required hand surgery. I know that the payout for this employee is going to be a little over $4,000 because they've had to have surgery, PT, multiple doctors see them. So again, there's a whole schedule of injuries that is listed in the brochure for the accident plan. But again, a very popular option, especially for those of you that have children that are in sports, that kids get injured all the time. That's just the nature of children when they're small. It's a great coverage to have. Again, layered on top of your major medical. So your major medical, while it may be covering everything 100%, the accident plan and any of the other plans pay you as the employee directly. We had another employee who their child had third-degree burns. And while everything with the doctors and the hospital was all covered by the major medical, things such as bandages that had to be replaced of multiple times during the day was something that was not covered. That because it's an over-the-counter item, it's not usually covered by major medical. So in this employee's case, they were able to file an accident claim that money was paid directly to that employee, and that employee used that money for whatever purposes they wanted, which included, in this case, purchasing all those additional bandages that had to be changed out multiple times a day for their child. The accident plan also offers a wellness incentive, so you don't necessarily have to be injured in order to have claims paid out. And for each person that's enrolled in the plan, they get two wellness $50 claims paid out every year for performing activities such as their physical, a dental cleaning, a vision checkup, a mammography. So anything that's preventative in nature, each of the persons that you enroll under your plan, including yourself, can each get two $50 claims paid out every year. So as I said, you don't necessarily have to be injured or sustain or have an accident in order to be paid out by the plan. The next plan option that we have is the hospital plan. The hospital plan is just that. It pays for the days that you are admitted for a minimum of a 24-hour confinement in a hospital. We see this as a very popular option with employees whose spouses or who they themselves are having babies and will be having that baby in a hospital setting. I actually just got a call this morning from someone at the township who's having a baby in the next month. And they thought enrollment was opening in time for a claim to be able to be filed for their maternity, that they're going to have their labor and delivery in a hospital. So I was explaining to her that enrollment's not open just yet, but soon enough it will be. But the hospital plan is pretty terrific because, as I said, your major medical is covering your hospitalization 100%. And in this employee's case, for example, if they were to be enrolled in Plan 2, they would get $800 on the first night that they're hospitalized and $100 per day after that, up to 31 days. So it's a really neat plan to have, especially if you know you're going to be hospitalized for any reason, that you know you're going to be there for at least 24 hours. It's a great plan option to have. The next plan option is the critical illness plan. And that plan, if you're familiar with Aflac's cancer plan, it's a little similar but more comprehensive, where Allstate's critical illness plan covers a whole range of illnesses that include not only cancer, but heart attack, stroke, major organ failure, paralysis, the loss of a limb, the loss of sight. So the employee would choose to pick from three plan options, 10, 20, or $30,000 paid out. And upon the diagnosis of that illness, they can file a claim to be paid out for that amount. We actually had another township that actually neighbors Township of Bloomfield. We had an employee that reached out to us because we also manage their major medical. They had been recently diagnosed with leukemia, and they were reaching out to us to help them with their pre-authorization, but we reminded them that they had a critical illness policy. So this employee had a $20,000 policy. She went ahead and received her paperwork from the doctor's office, filed her claim online because all of the claims are filed online through Allstate's member portal or the Allstate member app. And within 2 weeks, she got her $20,000 paid out directly to her. And like the accident plan or the critical illness or any of the plans, all the claimed monies that are paid out to the employee are non-taxable. So that $20,000 for that employee went an extremely long way because she was out of work for a while she was doing her chemo treatment. But again, that is the value of these benefits, that they pay you as the employee directly. The intention is to supplement your current major medical coverages, and just to have that added additional layer of insurance in case of. The critical illness policy, like the accident policy, offers a wellness incentive as well. It's only one per person per year. But again, anything preventative such as a colonoscopy, a dental cleaning, a vision checkup, anything like that would be considered a preventative service that would qualify you and or anyone else that you enroll in your plan for a one-time per year $50 wellness claim to be paid out. And the last plan that's offered through Allstate is the identity theft protection, which we also see as a very popular option that employees choose from, especially nowadays with the amount of email phishing scams and text messaging scams that are happening, to everyone. The policy offers up to $1 million worth of coverage that includes $500,000 worth of stolen funds. So if someone should go ahead and open a credit card in your name or actually be able to take monies out of your bank account, you would need to file a police report, and you can file a claim to get reimbursed for up to $500,000 worth of stolen funds and up to $1 million in any other legal costs or anything required for you to recoup your identity. So again, another really good plan option that's available for employees and or their family members. Now we'll get into the plans that are offered through Delta. Delta offers dental and vision plans. For dental, they offer two plans that are very similar as far as both of them covering preventative services 100%, basic services that really include fillings, simple tooth extraction at 80%, and major work such as crowns or bridge work covered at 50%. Plan 1 offers a $1,500 a year calendar max. And plan 2, again, offering the same percentage covering for preventative, basic, and major, offers a $2,500 calendar year max. But plan 2 is also a very popular option because it includes the higher calendar max, but also a separate calendar max of lifetime max, I should say, excuse me, for orthodontic work. So if you have any children under the age of 26 that require orthodontic work, you will have an additional $2,000, excuse me, to cover the treatment of that ortho work. Usually dental plans terminate dependent children until the age of 19, or if they're a full-time student, 23. But the plans through Delta, and really through Allstate as well, all of them will allow your children to stay on until the end of the calendar year in which they turn 26. What's also another neat feature with the Dental Plan 2 option is that it includes coverage towards dental implants, which is a very unique and also a very important benefit since that work tends to be much more expensive. That's an option under the Dental Plan 2 that we see people opting in for a lot. And then the last plan that's offered is the Delta Vision Plan, which offers an allowance every year for frames and for contact lenses, both in the same calendar year. So you will have an allowance for $200 towards frames, $200 towards contact lenses, again, both in the same calendar year. And it utilizes the VSP network, which is the nation's largest vision network. So you'll be able to get your glasses at a ton of independent optical locations, but also Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, Pearl Vision. So the network is really huge that you should not have an issue finding a local provider to you with regards to getting frames and or contacts. You can also, for example, order your contacts directly through VSP's website. But again, another great benefit that we see employees, especially those that need vision, enroll in. And what's great about not only the vision plan, but any of the other plans is that you as the employee are choosing what plans you would like to enroll in. So for example, if let's say you and the kids are the only one that need the vision plan, you can just do parent and child coverage for that, whereas maybe you want to do family coverage on the accident plan. So you as the employee, when you are connecting with one of our enrollment team members, are making that decision as to how you would like to allocate your budget monies, what plans best meet your needs, and how you and who and how you would like to enroll into those plans. So you don't have to have family coverage across the board. You can be very a la carte with who you choose to enroll in each of the coverages. Once enrollment is started, it is a completely voluntary enrollment. There is no minimum amount of people from the Township of Belleville that need to enroll. Our goal is to fully educate everyone at the township to let them know what their options are and how they can best use all of the plans that are available to see which ones best fit for their needs. And employees will go ahead, meet with our enrollment team and get more information. And if they choose to enroll, they will be provided an instant confirmation of their enrollment. So they'll know exactly what plans they chose, who's enrolled in what plans. And then when the coverage is in effect, you will get another email letting you know that the policies have begun, that coverages are in place, and how you can access your coverages, whether it's on the Allstate member portal or on the Delta member portal. But again, we are going to be starting open enrollment in the next few weeks. Employees who choose to enroll during this open enrollment, again, will have those coverages active as of when we decide with the township when the plans are going to go live. But this will be the opportunity for this year to enroll. Unless you have a qualifying life event, you would not be able to enroll until next year because, again, the program functions as a Section 125 plan that has, like your major medical, a specific time of year that you have open enrollment. And if you don't choose to enroll at that point, you would have to wait until the following year. I can tell you that we have about 11,000 employees enrolled across the entire state of New Jersey, with a lot of municipalities, school district, and private companies in and around Essex County, Bergen, Morris County as well. And I can tell you that we have a ton of success stories of employees that we've helped file claims for and helped explain their benefits. And we are going to be very much on site during open enrollment, but we are also going to be very much available post-enrollment. So after the fact, if you have an injury or if you have a hospitalization or any questions related to your coverages, we are local, we are in Belleville, so we can come and meet with you in person or connect over the phone with you just to go over what those coverages questions that you have are and help you file your claims. Or even if your claim is being delayed for some reason, we can certainly reach out to Allstate and or Delta to have that claim escalated and looked into to make sure that your coverage is in place and getting paid out. Post-enrollment, employees will see some differences on their pay stub. But again, as I mentioned at the beginning, the big takeaway is the net pay. Your net pay will not be decreasing as a result of you enrolling in the 360 program unless you as the employee choose to go over that amount of budget that you'll have. And everyone's budget is going to be specific to them because it's based on your payroll, on whatever withholdings you have. And what I'm showing here on the screen is a paycheck example just to show kind of a before and after of what your pay stub is going to look like. So here all the way on the left, you'll see that this person has a monthly paycheck with a $500 pre-tax deduction and what their federal FICA and Social Security taxes are and state income taxes. And minus those taxes that they pay per pay, what their net pay is. So in this person's case, after their withholdings and their tax payouts, they will have a net pay of $5,687.99. Now here on the right, you will see that the employee is given a pre-tax 360 premium that the function of that is to lower their taxable income. And that lowering of the taxable income is what generates a budget of monies that employees are now then able to spend towards the purchase of any of those 7 insurance products that we just went through. So in this employee's case, they were able to lower the federal FICA and Medicare taxes that they're contributing to, generating a budget of $256.98 towards the purchase of their plans. And they chose to enroll in a whole life insurance policy, a dental policy, and a vision policy, again, fully funded by their tax savings, that actually increased their net slightly by a few dollars. So the employee now has a package of benefits that's covering them, a digital therapeutic sending them weekly information about keeping their health top of mind, and their net pay did not decrease at all. So that is how the program functions. And again, completely fully compliant with ACA and IRS guidelines. So we highly encourage all of you to reach out to us, connect with us when we're on site in person, and really take advantage of these great offerings that are a great way to supplement your current major medical offerings that you have. I haven't gotten any questions yet. I'm not sure if anyone has any other questions or anything, but we are very excited to be working with the Township of Bloomfield on this. We probably know a lot of you that we've helped with claim matters in the past, so we're looking to connect with you over the next few weeks in person to go over this. Yes, go ahead.
But the dental plan, is that replacement of the plan that we have already, or is this an addition to the plan that we have already?
In addition, so this plan,
that-
because dental is the only one that requires coordination of benefits, this plan would be secondary to your current coverage through the township. If you have coverage, let's say through a spouse, this then becomes primary for you. So when we meet with you, we are going to be asking you, hey, is dental an option that you think you need? Let us know. Tell us more about your current coverage and how they can work together with us. So you can choose to enroll in dental. And again, it would be secondary to the one offered by the township. Or you can choose from any of the other 6 options. The employee doesn't have to choose every single plan. Really, it's a matter of what plans they're interested in and how much budget they have. So certain employees are going to be able to afford all of the plans. Other employees may only be able to afford a few of the plans. And again, our job is to meet with you, let you know, hey, you have X amount of a budget. What are you interested in? And then we start putting options together for you that you then tell us, okay, yeah, I wanted to do this one, or this one doesn't make sense for me right now. And the beauty of the program is that you'll have open enrollment every year. So let's say, for example, your kid needs ortho work and you know that they're going to need that for the next 2 years. Maybe you want to get dental plan too, because you need that extra $2,000 to put towards the cost of the braces. But in 2 years, you may say, well, their treatment's done. I want to be able to maybe now enroll in a higher limit for life insurance, for example. So every year you'll have that open enrollment opportunity to make changes as, your needs change as well.
What is the cost of the dental, I guess the premier plan?
The cost depends on whether you're enrolling single cover, 2 adults, parent and child.
Parent
I
and
don't
child.
Yeah, I don't have the parent and child cost in front of me. I can tell you that single is $50 per month. But again, you're going to get a budget of monies that's broken down by your pay frequency, which is semi-monthly. The rates are going to be broken down semi-monthly as well. So when we meet with you, we're going to be able to tell you, this is your budget. And if you wanted to do the whole thing in dental, for example, and depending again on your budget, you may not only be able to get dental, you most likely will be able to get something else. So we're going to be going over those specific numbers for you once open enrollment starts. But I can tell you that very competitive rates.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
Hi, this is Susan. I just want to know if the slide deck or the recording would be available for us to look at afterwards.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to share this with Alyssa this afternoon. And Alyssa, you can blast it out to everybody, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll
Thank
get
you.
that out this afternoon. We'll do the PDF and the recording, so you have both of them. And if you go to Bloomfield 360 right now, so bloomfield360.com, all of the plan options, we have an entire custom website for the township where you can see everything about the plan, as well as a brochure for each of the offerings, so you can get even more detailed information as far as all the coverages that each of the plans offer. So that website is active right now.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions, everybody? All right. So what we'll do is we'll wrap up to give you a little bit more time back in your day. Again, I thank you for joining our webinar today. And you will be getting a lot of communication, I'm going to say, not only from us, but from the township once open enrollment actually gets started, which is going to be in the next few weeks. And you'll have all the information there about the coverages, when open enrollment will end, as well as when the coverages will begin. So thank you again, and I look forward to meeting with all of you. Have a great rest of your day.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.